Are you married?
Yes, I am.
What's your wife's name?
Her name is Lily.
How long have you been married?
We have been married for 22 years.
What does your wife do?
She is a dentist.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, we do.
How many kids do you have?
We have 3 kids.
How old are they?
Our oldest daughter is 20, our son is 13, and our youngest daughter is 8 years old.
What are their names?
Our oldest daughter's name is Ruth. Our son's name is George, and our youngest daughter's name is Jane.
Do your children all live with you?
No, our oldest daughter lives away at university.
What do they like to do?
Our oldest daughter is married. She and our son-in-law like to travel. Our son likes to play guitar. Our youngest daughter likes to play basketball. We all like to spend time together.
It sounds like you have a very close family.
We do. On the weekend, my brother and sister-in-law come to our house with their kids. I like to play with my nieces and nephews. They say I am their favorite uncle.
It sounds like you have a great family.
We would love to have you visit us sometime.
Thank you. Where do you live?
We live in a house in the suburbs. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
What is your husband's name?
His name is George.
How long have you been married?
We have been married for 15 years.
What does your husband do?
He is a professor in a university.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How many kids do you have?
I have one daughter.
How old is she?
She is 10 years old.
What is her name?
Her name is Jasmine.
What does she like to do?
She likes to play tennis.
What do you do on the weekends?
On the weekends, my sister and brother-in-law usually come to our house with their kids. I love to play with my nieces and nephews. They say I'm their favorite aunt.
It sounds like you have a great family.
We would love to have you visit us sometime.
Thank you. Where do you live?
We live in an apartment in New York City.
Any relative through marriage is your in-law. My wife's parents are my mother-in-law and father-in-law. If my children get married, their spouse is my son-in-law or daughter-in-law. My wife's siblings are my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. If my brother or sister is married, their spouse is also my brother-in-law or sister-in-law. If my brother or sister has kids, the child is my niece, if she is a girl, or my nephew, if he is a boy. Those children call me uncle if I am a man, and aunt if I am a woman. In English, uncle and aunt are the same words if they are an older or younger sibling on your mother's side or father's side. They are all simply your aunt and uncle. This is different from many languages which have different words for father's older brother, father's sister, mother's younger brother, and so on. In English, these are all simply your aunt and uncle. Let's have a quiz. Here is me, and here's my wife. Here are my wife's parents, my wife's father and mother. What do I call them? I call them my father-in-law and mother-in-law. My wife's father and mother are my father-in-law and mother-in-law. Here is my father and mother. Hi, Mom and Dad. Let's say my father has a sister. That's my father's sister. What do I call her? She is my aunt. My father's sister is my aunt. My aunt is married. My aunt has a husband. What do I call him? My aunt's husband is my uncle. Next, here is my wife, and here is my wife's sister. What do I call my wife's sister? My wife's sister is my sister-in-law. Sister-in-law. Ah, and that sister is married. Who is her husband? My wife's sister's husband is my brother-in-law. They are my sister and brother-in-law. Oh, look, I also have a sister. Hi, sister. There is my sister. Who is her husband? My sister is married. Her husband is also my brother-in-law. So you see, in-law is a very useful term. It's anybody related to me through marriage. On my side, on my husband or wife's side, everybody is my in-law. Brother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law. My wife and I are very blessed. We have a handsome son. Hi, son. Oh, my son got married. My son married a lovely woman. Who is that woman? She is now my daughter-in-law. She is my daughter-in-law. One more quiz question. Here is my sister and brother-in-law, and they have kids. Who are those kids to me? The girl is my niece. The girl is my niece. And the son is my nephew.